Level by Level Gaming, and welcome to my channel. If you are a first-time viewer here, thank you for checking me out. If you like what you see, please consider hitting the like button. Also, consider subscribing to my channel. That would be great. Now, if you've been following my videos, you're well aware of all the work and the bulk of my work has been with this device here. But we're just going to set this aside just for a little while and focus on some other things that are out there. Now, the reason that I even picked this Fire Stick up is I've worked with these over the years. I've done programming as far as adding Kodi and Terrarium, Mobro, a bunch of the stuff that's out there onto this thing, but I've never really emulated with it. And when these things came around on Amazon Day for like 20 bucks, I think $19 and some change, we picked one up for our bedroom as just a entertainment device. And I thought, well, why not try to emulate with it? Because I've had such a good time emulating on this guy here and on my PCs, laptops, things of that nature. I would really want to see what this thing can do. Now, don't have a lot of experience, so you guys are going to take this journey with me. We're going to do a lot of testing and see what it is capable of doing. I'm sure I'm going to have to add some stuff to this. It doesn't have a whole lot of memory, so I'm going to have to add to that. Probably going to have some kind of dongle that will take a memory stick or something of that nature. But we will take it one step at a time. So this first part here, I'm just going to do an unboxing and see what each one of these boxes contains. So let's go ahead and move forward with that. Now, like I said, if you pick these up on Amazon Day, that's been a few weeks ago, and I've just had it kind of laying around. I haven't even taken the plastic off of it. So here we go. Pretty standard, typical. I think this design or these boxes have not changed in a very long time. So we know that it's sealed, and you can. This is my first time that I've opened this device. In fact, you know what? Let me increase some light here. Let's see if that helps. Sometimes it creates a glare on my camera, guys, so I experiment with how much light that I need. Alright, so first of all, let's actually just see what it says on the box. It has Alexa's voice remote. I was taking it for granted that you guys are very familiar with the Fire Stick, but maybe you're not, so let's stay focused here. Alright, inside the box is the Fire TV. It's the second generation. It has the Alexa voice remote. It comes with 2 batteries, which is good because sometimes I don't have those floating around. A power adapter, a USB cable, and an HDMI extender cable. And that does come in handy when you're trying to get into the back of some TVs or things that are not easily accessible, or you have to extend it out a little bit. So that's a good thing to have. High-speed internet, we have that. Check with Wi-Fi, of course. An HD TV with HDMI inputs. Now, on my older TV, if you remember on my previous video to this, I showed where my older TV just didn't have enough HDMI outputs in the back of it. It's actually a junkyard find that I fixed, and it's a plasma TV, so it only had one HDMI input, so that's why I bought an extender, and we'll look at that too. So we got all that, everything we need. Let's see what it says back here. Pretty standard stuff. It's talking about the Alexa's voice remote, the apps and channels. It says it has an ultra fast processor. Well, I mean, it is, I guess you could say that, but it's actually a pretty low-end ARM device, but we won't get into that. it is what it is. You know what you're getting for 20 bucks when you buy these things. But it does do a great job of video streaming, so I'm not going to shoot that down. I'm just, you know, anyways, not going to harp on that. Simply plug in the HD TV into an HDTV and start streaming in minutes. So, yes, that is okay. Alexa, Wi-Fi, 1080p. So we have a 4K TV in our living room. The TV in our bedroom is a 720p. I don't know which TVs I actually have that are 1080p. I think I've got another flat screen somewhere around here that's native 1080p. So this will do pretty much anything that we needed to do, and it does have a quad core processor. So yeah. So if you weren't familiar with the Fire Stick, like I said, I just didn't want to take it for granted that you guys are. Most people are, but it might be your first time, or you might be thinking about purchasing one of these and you don't have one of these yet. So let's go ahead and open it up here. See what the contents of the box has. Alright, so you have a pamphlet style guide here. It's all pretty straightforward. What's in the box, connecting to your Amazon or connecting to your TV, powering up, using the Alexa's remote, tips and troubleshooting. Yes, terms and policies, blah, blah, blah. So you have that. Let's see what welcome to Fire Stick with Alexa. Oh, alright, so you have pretty much just advertisements for what they offer here. Honestly, guys, I'm not going to be using this for very much other than, let's see, Amazon. We pay for Amazon Prime, we pay for Netflix, we pay for Hulu, and we actually have a PBS subscription now. Wife watches a lot of shows on PBS, so we pay for that. Now, we do use a Roku in our living room, so a lot of this stuff is already used on our Roku. But this, like I said, this device is for a bedroom where we do not have a Roku. So that's what we'd be using it for. I'm not going to be paying for a lot of these other, like HBO Now, Stars. Just not necessary. Not something I'm interested in. But it is fully capable of that if you want to use it for that. Alright, we have 2 batteries here. Amazon. Alright. Nice. Never noticed that they have their own batteries. There is our Alexa enabled remote. Pretty standard tactile feel to everything here. Good snap to the buttons. I mean, you know, these things typically are decent quality. I mean, it's Amazon. They got a reputation to uphold. So, not terribly cheap, or it doesn't really feel terribly cheap. Alright. Let's go ahead and just pop these in. We need these later. There we go. And it would help if I had it in order there. Alright. There we go. So we got a remote put together, and we are, well, there we go. Got a remote put together, and we are ready to go with that. Let's see what's next in the box here. Alright, we have our power cable here. This micro USB style. It's got a good length on it, so you can reach your wall outlet wherever you're going to plug your power into. We have that HDMI extender there, so it just basically gives you more reach and something that's flexible. So if you got it plugged into the back of the TV in a weird or odd place, you can bend it down, forward, whichever way you need to try to get to this to plug your Fire Stick TV into. And let's see, nothing left in there. Alright, you got your standard Amazon power block here. Not sure how different this is from one that would come with your cell phone or something of that nature. I guess on the bottom here, let's focus in a little bit so we can kind of see. Do I have it upside down? Yes, I do have it upside down. There we go. Alright, so it is a 5-watt power supply at 1 amp. So that is the voltage on this thing here. We got that. Pretty straightforward. And like I said, I know if I'm being basic, you know, you guys can fast forward or whatever. I'm just trying to cover it just in case this is somebody that doesn't own one of these or have never had one. Set that out to the side. And here we go. Alright. Nothing left in there. Nothing left in there. We covered our brochures. Nothing left in the box. Alright. On to the bread and butter, the device itself. Now, this isn't much different in size and weight than one of the, like a full-size USB stick, especially some of the older ones, whenever they, back in the day. So to be able to video stream, to have a quad-core processor, which in the next part of the video I'm going to put some actual specs up on the screen when we get into the emulation with this device, so we kind of know what we're dealing with. But to be able to do what it does and do what it does well, which is video stream, this is a very small, convenient device. So you could throw it in a pocket in a suitcase, and if you were traveling and staying in hotel rooms or something like that, and you wanted more personalized TV, if the TV they have in the room has HDMI, which most modern TVs do, I would think you wouldn't have any problem watching, or back to what I'm getting at, emulating. So if you wanted to play some Super Nintendo or something in your hotel room, that kind of thing, it wouldn't be very hard to carry this thing around, throw it into a small space or a briefcase, something like that. So it has the Amazon logo right across the front of it here. HDMI. Has some more markings on the back here, not really relevant. It does have the model number, so let me see if I can focus in on that. So if you ever had to look up your specific model, there we go. Model number LY73PR. So it does have that on the back here, and your HDMI part right there. So overall, not bad for 20 bucks. Now, the controller I chose to do my emulation with, and there's where that glare comes in, guys. That's what I was talking about. Let's see if I can adjust that some. That might be too dark. But this is the gamepad that I chose to go with here. The Gen Game S3. It is Bluetooth, and when I was on Amazon and I was buying this, not only was it one of the cheapest, but it also had decent stars, and in the questions and answers people said that this was compatible with Fire TVs and Fire Sticks. So that's why I went with this one. Don't know yet, haven't tried it. So let's see if I hit some light back, if I still get that terrible glare. Alright. Support for pad, phone, smart box, and smart TV. Now this is a typical Chinese manufactured device. I don't know if they mean like iPads, I'm sure. Smart boxes, like your Android boxes and your smart TVs. Made in China. Not much else on that. Now, let's see what it says on the back here. It says Android joystick supports 5 kinds of models like joystick, mouse, media, keyboard, ICADE. Maybe I'm missing something, guys. Don't know if I quite know what that means. Sure that for current joystick mode above 4.0 system. So basically Android 4.0 and above is what is supported. Standard Bluetooth joystick. Anyways. And it's got a little bit of instructions on the back here. And I guess the distributed for blade. So not quite sure what that means, but hey. Alright, let's go ahead and get right into it. Oh, almost missed. I'm glad I looked down in there. So, nothing left in there. So we have some Chinese instructions here. We have, let's go ahead and open this thing all the way up. Alright, so we do have some English instructions. I'm sure I will need this as time goes on. It might be pretty straightforward though. We'll just have to see. And it does give you a basic view of the controller. Typical stuff. Alright, so let's kick that out to the side. I'm creating a nice big pile there of just stuff. I have another micro USB cable here. I don't know if I even want to take that out right now. So, well, actually I am, so we can see how long it is. Alright, so it's got some fairly decent length on it. Doesn't feel too terribly flimsy or cheap. So just your standard fare there. Now, alright, nothing else there. The controller itself. So far so good. Doesn't have any kind of rattle to it. I don't hear anything flopping around in there. The joysticks have a decent bounce to them. They do snap right back into where they're supposed to be. Everything seems to have a decent click to it. Yeah, not too bad. A, B, X, Y. Triggers. Yeah, so not too shabby. I guess that's where this would plug in. So it does not have any kind of battery port. So in order to use this thing, I'm either have to have it plugged in or charge it. I have no idea what type of battery what type of battery it takes. It doesn't feel very heavy, so I'm not even quite sure what it has in there. It does say 5 volts. Let me focus in on that if I can. Come on, camera. 5 volts at 420 milliamps. So yes, that's what it would take to charge this device. It has some soft rubber on the sides right here. It doesn't feel like it would peel up. Enjoy this black on red, which is pretty funny because black on red is what my custom menu background on this device uses. I must typically just gravitate to that black on red scheme because I never even noticed it or realized it until just now when I'm making this video. So there is the Gen Game cheap Chinese controller, Bluetooth. So this has been the first part of the video. It's been very long, a lot longer than my typical videos, and it is just to show you, give you an introduction into emulating with the Fire Stick, what device I'm going to be using, and the Fire Stick itself. So thank you guys for watching. Once again, please consider hitting the subscribe button if you haven't, and follow me for further videos on the Fire Stick and emulating with it.